Judy. Preservation Thursday. There's so many watch list entries. You almost want to, boy, if I could get a nickel for each one, huh? There seems to be some scuttlebutt, and I don't know why nobody else can contact HUD. But when I contacted HUD, look in the description. I will include Mr. Carnes' entire statement when I questioned the 80 cubic yards. Some people are single source, made the watch list this week. And as Kim Savage pointed out in a comment, it's not just single source, it's blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to read. I want you to stop and think for a minute. Judy. Per Craig Carnes, who is up the food chain at HUD. He's one of the chingaderas. Got chingadera written all over him. You know, he's a boss guy. HUD has reimbursed the primary on the FSM since 3.6 and currently does so for 3.8 and 10 over 10 cubic yards. Now, just take a deep breath and let that sink in. They are reimbursing. This is why they want receipts. Who pays the dump fee? Person giving you the work order doesn't. You do. They're keeping your money. Read the entire comment in the description. It also addresses the 80 cubic yards that everybody seems to think is something written in stone. Per Mr. Carnes, I don't know about the 80 cubic yards. I can't comment on it. It's not in the contract. It's a made up requirement by the idiots giving you the work. Now, here's my thing. I'm going to say this again. Because we have Judy stealing from people. How is Judy Venoy Kiser, I wonder if she's any relation to Wilhelm. But apparently, Judy, you little thief. Apparently, Judy Venoy Kiser is committing construction contractor fraud in the state of Virginia. She's getting work from Acero, who's getting work from BLM, who's getting work from Enocean. Hello? The girl don't even have a website. How is anybody subbing work when they don't have a website? I'm not getting it. How can anybody get into bed with somebody who doesn't have a website? It's called due diligence. It's called common sense. Come on. Oh, man. HUD has reimbursed since 3.6 over 10 cubic yards to the FSM, the primary on the FSM. If you're removing debris, you pay to have them removed. You pay to dispose of them. You are entitled for reimbursement. There is a lot of money being kept from you. And again, the 80 cubic yard issue is not in any contract that HUD has with the primary. It's a made-up regulation. All this I see everybody. Oh, they're all. this has been brought out about photos a long time ago. A long, long time ago. If you take a photograph, that is your property. Your property. Unless somebody like Getty Images buys it, then it becomes their property. And then they call it stock. That's their stock. They deal in images. They actually Getty tried to sue me because I was using an image that they bought after I used it, and I was able to prove it, and they came at me, and they had to pay all the court costs and everything. It was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. Your photograph, ladies and gentlemen, there is software out there. There is software out there. You can load it on your computer. You can watermark your photographs. Trust me, they're selling them. That's why they want so many of them. If you can't see a dirty commode and a clean commode, if you cannot see the difference, you do not belong QCing photographs. Period. I believe Matt Steffen made a reference to they just have you mow empty lots. They do. Why? I don't know. It drove me nuts. One summer, what was it, 2010, it was so dry, we went through 37 lawnmowers getting sucked up. These little lots we had out here, they weren't big enough to be doing riding mowers on or anything, and you didn't want to do anything like that anyways. But, yeah, we went through quite a few lawnmowers that year just sucking dirt up. Got that Sumatra mandolin, baby. Jody. Apparently this gal subs work all over the place and does stupid stuff like doesn't pay her bills and then has to use contractors' money to get her power turned on. I don't know how that works. I would think, although maybe this is the kind of person Acero wants because, Acero, they're thieving too. They got that fake, what is it called? Early pay? Fake here. Pay me to get your money that you earned. Instead of me waiting 60 days to send it to you, I'll send it to you in 45. Really? That's illegal. That's what they got in trouble for over it, and they're doing the same thing. Cedar Valley Management. Is there even a cedar tree in that valley? Brookstone Management, NVMS, single source. Jody. Judy Kiser. Heaven LLC. I find her picture. Nothing. How do you guys do business with somebody like that? How do you do business with somebody like that? Do you know how many people? I told Sentinel no because they weren't licensed in Nevada, for crying out loud. But they wanted me to be compliant. Yeah. Hey, you got risk going on. You got risk assessment going on. You need risk assessment. That guy, Ray Griffin, I don't know if you know him or not, Griffin Security Services, he's pretty good. Look him up if you need a risk assessment done on your business, your backdoor security stuff. Guy's pretty sharp, man. He's pretty good. And I know he's just getting over. His injuries were a lot worse than mine were. But he could probably use a little change thrown at him, a little extra work. He's hobbled, but he can work still. You got that going on, man. You can work still. Let me address another. Let's address this issue. This seems to be the white elephant in the room, and it has been ever since Fannie Mae squeezed. FAS and the order mill started squeezing in and got into the mess. I understand the outsourcing. I hated it when Reagan put it in play, because it costs a lot of American jobs. Right now in this country, and again, maybe this is something that we might want to approach the Department of Labor, Mr. Acosta, Mr. Ben Carson, the head of HUD. Maybe we need to start a Twitter campaign like I've started with the GMO realm. Mr. President, EPA guy, USDA, FDA, get the poison out of our food. We ask them every day, and that's building momentum, ladies and gentlemen. It's building momentum. How many people are in the property preservation industry? How many people are getting ripped off by NEMFS members? How many people are getting ripped off by people like Jody? How many of you? Just raise your hand. It's okay. Nobody will see. You're sitting there by yourself. It's okay. Let's try something. Let's try something. If you think we might be able to mount a Twitter campaign and discuss with Mr. Carnes, with Mr. Ben Carson of HUD, he's the head chingadera. He's the secretary guy. That's where the buck stops at HUD right now. Then it goes to Mr. President. But do you think, let's put this in perspective. I believe if there's a HUD office in Reno, that HUD office in Reno, or if there's a HUD office in Sacramento, in San Francisco, I don't care where they are, those offices need to be recruiting the local talent, and they need to be putting people to work locally. If I walk in the HUD office with all of my documentation, because they've called my company up and said, hey, look, we have some work in this area. Can you handle it? Come on down and talk to us. I go down and talk to them. I say, hey, look, this is what I can do for you. Here's my licensing. Here's my credentials. Here's our company's information. How do we do this? Number one, you, or I'm using myself as an example, myself and this guy behind the desk or this gal behind the desk, we are going to develop a relationship. There is going to be a business relationship developed. There is going to be a business trust developed in the relationship. It's all local. It's all local. The guy can come out. It doesn't take much. I mean, the HUD doesn't have that big a volume, for crying out loud. We never had huge volumes. We did very well, but we never had huge volumes. So this isn't like Fannie Mae that has serious inventory, or Bank of America, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo. But even those organizations, they all have offices in every state. Why aren't they recruiting locally? Why do they have to order mill everything out? Why is a notion going to BLM to Acero to Judy so she can steal from you? This whole industry has been pyramided by the membership of NEMFS, and Mr. Miller just continues to drive this horse into the ground. They will not address the employee independent contractor issue. Not one of these new contracts is addressing this issue, ladies and gentlemen. Not one. Not one. That tells me that Mr. Miller's fine with having a criminal organization, because everybody is committing criminal acts by crossing state lines, violating federal law. And the judge said it's a matter of law. Hello? Anybody home? Hello? Think about it, man. Just think about it. That's all I'm saying. Just think about it. Judy Venoy Kiser. Construction contractor fraud. In Virginia. She's being looked at. Acero has been put on notice. BLM has been put on notice. A Notion is put on notice. They all make the watch list this week. Cedar Valley. Brookstone Management. NVMS. Single source and Jody. How you be, girl? Who you stealing from now? You got kids, you better be feeding those kids. Obviously, she's not. She's got to pay her bills because she had her power shut off. Come on, people. Are people that desperate for work? Come on, man. I mean, back in Virginia, ain't they got the coal mine opening up or something? You ain't got to do this shit no more. I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense. It don't make sense, ladies and gentlemen. It makes no sense. Hey, if you got some risk assessment going on, this is going to be a short blast here this morning. I have a lot to do. But risk assessment, get a hold of Ray Griffin, Griffin Security Services. Guy's pretty good, and I know right now he's kind of hobbled. Like I said, he could probably use a little extra work, man. Help him out. Give him a phone call. Have him take a look at your stuff. Maybe he can help you out. You got somebody trying to knock on that back door, your websites and stuff. The guy's pretty sharp, man. He's pretty sharp. And he does that for your business too. Risk assessment on your business. We all have it. We all have risk. Keep that in mind. Every time you pay your money out, it's risk. You risk not getting it back. And right now, Judy is that she's at fault for the risk. She's not giving it back. It's called thief, stealing. Called the NAMFS way, I think is what that's called. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm going to go enjoy my Sumatra mandolin, ladies and gentlemen. We got the sun coming up. It's going to be a great, great, great day. Let's have a good time. Oh, before I get out of here, foreclosurepd.org, recruiting for Fix REO. Take a look at the company, see what they say. I don't know. Again, iFast. Take a look. If it's for you, it's for your company. If it's not, it's not. They bring more to the table than anybody else is right now. So take a peek at them. Women at work. If you're in that Richmond, Virginia area, you need some work done. Women at work. Get a hold of Kim Savage, 804-539-4333. She'll get you squared away. Property maintenance needs, preservation needs. You just need a lawn mowed. You need a lock changed. I think she can even get a window washed for you. She's pretty good. Get a hold of Kim Savage. She'll get you taken care of back there in the Richmond, Virginia area. Remember, security, you need a little risk assessment. Griffin Security Services, he can help you out. Foreclosurepedia.org, ladies and gentlemen. Fraud reporting in the mortgage field service industry up to the minute. It's up to the minute. He's got stuff over there. Foreclosurepedia.org. Go give him a peek. See what's on the fraud list this week. And remember, we got Fraud Fest coming up next week. It's going to get entertaining. Hey, I got to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the station. If you can donate, hey, hit the website. Help us out. We could sure use a little help now and then. Let's have a great day. Let's all be safe out there.